There's a sign next to the elevator at Arcade Apartments in Racine that says elevator out of service. Apologies for the inconvenience. Tenants here tell us it's been like this for months. So for now, they're taking the stairs. But this video recorded by a resident shows rain falling inside a building stairwell.
It just sounds like a waterfall.
The elevator has been broken for over 2 months. I live on the 6th floor, so walking up and down the 6th floor is very, very hard.
The writing is on the wall, literally. Tenants taking markers to the walls, begging management to fix the elevators. Jacob Hetchler says the grounded elevator, just the start of his problems there.
I've been in and out of the hospital with lung infections. Since I moved here, it's been the worst my asthma has ever been in my life, and it's very sad.
What did the doctors tell you the possible cause of that is?
Definitely the cause of is the mold.
Mold all throughout the stairwell, growing on the walls and ceilings.
And it's a very scary feeling waking up at night, gasping for air. It makes me feel really sad for where I live.
It's literally spores everywhere. It looks like a Dalmatian.
Another resident not wanting to be identified says her complaints to management go unanswered.
And we've been hearing, oh, it'll be a week, it'll be next Friday, it'll be this. It's been 2 months.
In a text to me tonight, a spokesperson for the company that manages the property, Michael's Management, tells me, quote, "We realize this is not a good situation, but as the relatively new owners and property managers to this community, we are hoping to have the community up to our standards soon." Reporting in Racine, Kendall Keys, WISN 12 News.
The management company tells 12 News roof repairs are scheduled for tomorrow. They hope to have that elevator fixed this week. The City of Racine Public Health Department says it's now looking into the matter.
Well, a man at the Terrace Green Apartments in Joplin is speaking out about a mold problem. KOM's Carrie Worthen talked with the tenant.
Alex Williams is a tenant who has lived at Terrace Green Apartments in Joplin for 2 years. So when he noticed mold growing in his apartment, he notified the property manager about the issues, who then sent out a cleaning service.
Angel Clean, they had to schedule to come out and do it. So they came the following week. So then they looked in that closet there, and that's when they saw the black mold and everything.
Alex said the maintenance painted over the mold. According to Joplin Health Department, paint applied over moldy surfaces is likely to peel.
But they already painted over the ceilings and stuff before they got here to actually see like how bad it was. So now, if you was to look now, it's because they painted it there, it's growing in other spots.
Williams stated that he was only given 3 options: break the lease and move out, move into another building with increased rent, or move into another apartment in the same building.
The mold was just as bad. The bathroom had rotting baseboards. The floor was warped. It was lopsided.
Williams has come out of pocket for moving expenses and was told he will not be getting his deposit back, nor will he get any medical expense help if it is related to the mold.
Like anything that can be just wiped off, we have to leave it.
Alex and his girlfriend said there was a water leak above their apartment that was not taken care of. According to Joplin Health Department, molds are usually not a problem indoors unless mold spores land on a wet or damp spot and begin growing. They also say molds have the potential to cause health problems. In Joplin, Carrie Worthen, KOAM News.
KOAM reached out to the property manager and they declines to comment. You can find more information along with links on our website, KOAMnewsnow.com. Meteorologist Doug Kennedy joining us now. Firstly,
a first-time homeowner says that her dream to own turned into a nightmare after what she found was living in her home's walls and floors. Our Courtney Fromm visited with the homeowner in Hockley County about the black mold that put her health in danger.
Now, we were actually only able to go inside for just a few minutes because the mold is so bad and it's everywhere. We even had to wear masks. Now, the homeowner says she moved in and within a month she started seeing symptoms.
I moved in January 1st and I just kept getting sick and I had to go to the ER.
Have you ever seen a case like this bad?
Not this bad, no.
Kaylee Talbot says she's thankful they found this silent killer before it was too late.
About a month ago, my dog was in the bathroom and she fell through the floor and we found mold. And then come to find out, it went into the hall, it was on the ceiling, it went into the other bathroom, into the kitchen. It was just all over the whole house.
Kenneth Clayman, a mold removing specialist, says this is a reminder your home isn't immune even though we live in a dry climate.
When they had that water leak, I believe it got underneath that trailer And without there being any ventilation, that water had no place to go, but it found the drier air that was, up in the cavity of the house. After a water loss can start growing within 24 to 48 hours.
And this type of fix doesn't come cheap.
Did you pay for the house? If you don't mind me asking.
$70,000.
Okay.
So
And you're gonna have to pay.
like $10,000 to get it fixed. So I was pretty worried and pretty scared for my health, just because I still have to go to the doctor, and I'm still having trouble breathing.
Now, a lot of her personal items, including clothes, are still inside her house while she's just kind of living in limbo until this all gets figured out. If you'd like to help, we have put a link on our webpage at everythinglubbock.com. For now, reporting in Hockley County, I'm Courtney Fromm, KLBK News.
Thanks, Courtney.
Mold, water, leaks, and politics. A South suburban woman says all are connected when it comes to serious issues with the house she's renting in Dalton. And her landlord is an elected official. CBS News' Dana Kozlov is always investigating. Joins us live from the control room with this story. Dana, good evening.
Good evening, Brad. This resident says she spent the last 2 years reaching out to her landlord about problems in the house that are making it unhealthy for her and her children. And she wonders if this trustee can be trusted.
It started over here in the corner, and that's where it started, and then it just spread it.
Jacqueline Smith says she's battling mold in many places, a result of unrepaired leaks in her Dalton rental home.
It leaks in the corner where the roof, the ceiling is damaged, and then it leaks going into my kitchen, and the windowsill leaks in my daughter's room.
These are some pictures of what she says is rain dripping from her daughter's bedroom window. She says mold also grew on her daughter's shoes and is all over the side of the house, which is owned by Dalton trustee.
My first name is Tiffany.
Tiffany Henyard.
Frustrating, irritating. I just don't feel that I should be living like this.
Smith's lived in the house since 2017 with her 2 children and says she noticed problems right away. She still has her 2017 text to trustee Henyard telling her about the leaks and mold, to which Henyard responded by text.
I've done reached out multiple times. She says she's going to send someone. No one comes. She has sent someone out here for the mold one time, and they just sprayed the oven spray,
leaving her feeling helpless.
And then I felt like my back is against the wall because you are a trustee.
It's why the single mom, a domestic violence survivor and whose rent is subsidized, says she reached out to us. That and concerns about her children's health. I spoke briefly with Henyard by phone, who wonders if this may somehow be political in the oft politically charged suburb. Smith says no.
No one's put you up to this? No one's put me up to this. I have to do what I have to do as a mother and as a concerned citizen for myself and for my children.
Through a rep tonight, trustee Henyard says the house just passed an inspection back in May. She relies on a handyman for repairs and is saddened, quote, to hear that it's in that condition. She also says she will address the problems immediately. We'll see what immediately means. In the control room, Dana Kozlov, CBS 2 News. Brad?
That we will. Dana Kozlov, thank you.
The good news is this rain in the forecast shouldn't cause any flooding like we saw after the Central Texas floods of Halloween. However, nearly 4 months later, even more threatening issues remain for those in the flood zone.
We are talking about potentially toxic mold.
By now, many of those homeowners have torn down drywall or cleaned up any dangerous spots.
But a family reached out today to KXAN's Kevin Schwaller. They are worried danger is growing right next door.
So the past few days that it's gotten warmer and the breeze, you smell, it's almost like death. So it's rot.
The smell drifts from a home a few steps away from Lydia Huertas. She lives in the once flooded area of southeast Austin.
I have a daughter with asthma. I've never experienced allergies, but I've had something for probably a month and a half.
Huerta is concerned about the mold growing at this and other homes that are simply resting, largely untouched. She can call 311 and says she has. Members of Austin Code Compliance say they are still actively working here. They're investigating homes in flooded neighborhoods, but making repairs is the responsibility of homeowners.
At first, when we started cleaning up, it was a mold issue. We got mold and tile little things.
Crews in Myron Tucker's home had to remove drywall nearly to the ceiling to make sure mold didn't grow here. And many families took similar steps, just not all homeowners.
Well, I'm hoping that they can put some pressure on the homeowners to come clean up or get some volunteers in there to clean up, because there are still volunteers around here.
One more repair as neighbors work to restore a neighborhood. In Austin, Kevin Schwaller, KXAN News.
The city also released guidelines today after the floods for cleaning a home. To see those and to learn more about how the code compliance process works, find this story at our website, kxan.com.
Climate Central report shows our climate changes, and as we get more intense storms, the risk of mold actually increases. Experts say rising sea levels and increasing potential for flooding in places across the country also add to that. So the best thing to do if you're dealing with flooding, clean your gutters and make sure water slopes away from your home.
Generally, within 2 days, you start growing mold in your home. And mold, produces spores, and people inhale those spores, and people could have health effects from that. Most commonly are things like, upper respiratory irritation, your nose and your throat burns.
To avoid mold after a storm or flood, experts say it's important to get your home dried out as quickly as possible.